And if we do this, boom, sucked up that tree, every piece of wood that was in it. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And into the chest it goes. G'day guys and girls, Rashiq here with another Minecraft video, more specifically Techloaded, and I'm just enjoying the sun shining because I like starting. I think I'm going to start all my videos from up here. I just love this view. It's quite amazing. And you may have noticed a few things that have already changed just from looking out this window. One is this amazing piece of glowstone. There's a glowstone sticking out this window. And yeah, so as you can see, there's a bit of glowstone just around here, just so I could get rid of the torches, and also, you know, it lights the roof up. The main purpose was to light the roof up. But of course it serves a double purpose now. And down here I've done a few different things. I've tried out the marble brick. One guy suggested it in the comments. I think there was another suggestion which I haven't tried just yet. Not because I didn't like it, just because I didn't get around to it. Go away, skeleton. And I've chucked in some glowstone, of course, because I wanted to light the place up. And I believe it lights it up all perfectly, no chance of mobs spawning in here. I don't think that torch is necessary. I just haven't removed it. In here you'll notice a few changes. Well, I've been doing actually quite a lot since in between these videos. I've been really enjoying getting back into the Techloaded series. Actually, you may notice in my hand I've got this warhammer because warhammers are just, they're more fun. They're more fun than a sword. So I've got the gold double insulated wire. That's because you need gold wire to carry higher outputs, in this case 120 EU per tick. And up here we have an MFE unit. So as you can see, it stores a lot more energy than a batbox. And it's quite straightforward to make if we just look it up here. It's made with a machine block, some gold wire, and energy crystals, and those are just made with diamonds and redstone. So now we can store, we can store a lot more energy. The reason I did this was because we were getting capped at about whatever a batbox can have, about 50k I think it is, 30k maybe. And there was just all this energy that the sun was, the solar panels were collecting going away. So I thought, why not chuck an MFE up there, get the gold cable running down, and connect to these machines. Now normally these machines, they would explode if you put 128 EU per tick into them, but what I've gone ahead and built are these transform upgrades. Now if I took this out it would explode, but what this does is it effectively, it's like an inbuilt transformer. You can get a medium volt transformer. Here we go, look here. Medium volt transformer, which would turn the current that's coming out of the MFE into acceptable current for these machines. But what you can also do is take this transformer and use it in this recipe here. So I made 3 of these, one for each machine, and they basically allow these basic machines, which normally accept 32 EU per tick, to accept 128 EU per tick. So that's a pretty nifty feature that didn't used to be in the mod. It's been in it for a while now, ever since this Technic Pack series. Another thing you may notice, I made this bat pack, which I talked about last episode I believe, so I could store more energy for the diamond drill. Again, relatively straightforward to make, so it stores a crap load more energy for me to carry around. If I want to charge it, I just chuck it in the MFE, charge it all the way up. I won't do that now, but because it takes time, chuck it on my back. And you can see it's like a little backpack kind of thing. Down here, down there, nothing has changed. I believe that is it for up here. And now the other main thing you may have noticed that has changed is we have a lovely pathway outside. Yep, I built this beautiful pathway. I decided I'm going to use this pathway design to connect up any buildings that I build out here, just because I really like these slabs and this is a great opportunity for me to use them. The stairs go well on the sides because it's always fun to have stairs on the side of a pathway. And now for the lighting. I'm really happy with how it came out. It looks really good in my opinion. It sort of fits this modernistic, I don't think that's a word. It fits this style of path with the stone. The glass block really suits it. I think I can break that. Yep. So what we have here is a red power lamp. Now I'm stuck in the hole. How am I going to get out? Just going to have to break all this. Oh dear, destroying my path. Okay, so what we've got is a red power lamp. In this case it's a white lamp because, you know, it fits in with the path color. So they're all made pretty simply like this. They don't emit a different color light. It's still just regular light. It looks different when you look at the block. So it's nice and straightforward. Glass, redstone, and this white luma, which is just some bone meal, glowstone, and redstone. So what I've basically done is I've set these up all along every 5 blocks I think along the path. Just a redstone torch, put the lamp on top, lights it up. And then this is a glass slab, so I took that, you know, that diamond handsaw, cut in half some glass blocks, and so it fits together perfectly at half stone, half slab level. Actually I don't need no, okay, I can't do that. That's the one disadvantage of, I think we're still in 1.2.5 I believe, that it's, you know, pain in the ass to place down half slabs. So we got these lights run down the path, really nice, came out really well. I heard something that sounded like a monster, but we're going to, okay, I heard it again. I wonder if it's in the water. I've heard it near water before. Oh, a pumpkin. I was just experimenting with pumpkins. I don't know why I had one growing here. Nope, there's a lot of stingrays in the water today. Anyway, so that's about it for what I've done. Okay, no, I'm joking. This is the magic box. This is what I've been working on mainly between episodes, besides all those other little things. There must be a cave or something below me where this monster is. I can definitely hear a monster. Just, I'm gonna listen one more time. Okay, so now it's not going to make the noise. Also, I brought across some saplings for some rubber trees so I could get more rubber. But basically what this is, it's built out of a crap ton of iron blocks. I wish. What I did was, this is the amazing thing about having these slice blocks. I can take an iron block, slice it up into iron covers, and run it along the sides. So that makes a lot of iron blocks into not as many iron blocks, but it still was quite a lot to actually build this. These are like half slabs chopped up in half again. That's like half slab chopped into quarters, so I could get that sort of stair effect with the half slabs, which you normally can't get. And I put this little lapis trim just for a bit of variety to break up the iron. Now I need to do something about this glass window. It's not really centered or doesn't really work properly at the moment, but that's just, it's a work in progress, this building still. It's not quite finished, but I thought it was ready to show off to you guys and girls. Thought you might enjoy it. You can see it's still not finished. So anyway, we walk along the path, we come down to it. Now unfortunately this is one thing I couldn't hide. I couldn't hide this piston, so that was a bit of a bummer, but I tried my best. There wasn't much I could really do if I wanted to have the stairs coming all the way up. So I just had to leave that be. The one thing I could have done is if I dropped those stairs down a level, but it still doesn't really work. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably could have built it with the chopped up blocks, but again, it probably still would have shown that off. So we've got a nice label here, magic box. I think I need to add something else to the front just to break it up again. If you've got any suggestions, or if you think it looks good as it is, just as sort of like this industrial magical box, then let me know in a comment below. Also, thanks a lot for all the comments in the last video telling me about whether or not you wanted to see Techloaded stay or go. I really appreciate those comments. I really appreciate the feedback and the support you guys give me, so thanks a lot for that. It looks like for now it will be staying, at least for the foreseeable future. All these things flying around are annoying me. Anyway, so we're going to head into the magic box here. Ta-da! Piston doors. That's why you don't see the piston on this side, because it's up. And in here we have not much at the moment. I need to think of something to do with the floor. Again, if you've got any ideas, let me know. And it took me a while to work out how to design this. This is basically just a crap load of these corner pieces, polished stone pieces, for me to finally get sort of like a podium type shape that I thought looked pretty cool. It's not going to be made out of half slabs. I'm going to change it. I'm thinking maybe like, you know, putting diamond in this little bit here just to make it look all fancy and magical. But we'll see what we do. And it's basically one of these energy collector rays. Now you may remember this from the previous world. You may not. This is not the most efficient one because of the way I decided to pack it into the wall like this, but it does the job. I think I can fit 10 energy collectors in here. These stone brick blocks, they represent an energy collector, which obviously I don't have enough of them yet to make the full array. These iron blocks, that's going to be a piece of glowstone. And there's going to be another, I think I've already got all my antimatter relays down. You can see one just through the glass there. It's just below these blocks. So if you don't know how these work, energy collectors, they can upgrade fuel. If you put fuel in here, it would go through, upgrade to the next level, etc, etc. Or you can attach them to an antimatter relay, which is what we've done here. So it takes the energy and it directly pumps it into the relay. And what the relay does is it takes the energy and it pumps it straight into this, what is this called? condenser, this energy condenser, I believe. And what this does is it takes the EMC and it converts it into whatever your target item is. So if I took that out, and let's say I put in this sapling, it would target saplings and it would make a lot of saplings. I don't need that many saplings. I said saplings like 5 times. Anyway, so it's basically, it's pumping out diamonds. That's sort of what I got it set to build to. So this is going to be like a little magic box energy matter building facility. And of course, you know, we can convert those diamonds into whatever we need to in the future. So in between this episode and next, I'm going to finish off this podium thing. Hopefully collect up enough diamonds to put the last few energy collectors. I think if you look in here, yeah, you can see like, okay, this wood block actually represents a relay, so I can fit another relay there, then put like a collector beneath it, and finish building up this system. Now I have to patch this all up. Now, what I want to work on today is I had an idea of how I can like collect more objects to pump in as EMC, and I was thinking of building like this little underground chamber here. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. To basically, like I said, pump in more EMC to sort of like turbocharge the process. So I was looking through all the blocks that we have available at our disposal as it gets dark, and I came up with this idea that I want to experiment with, and I want to sort of make like a mini tree farm thing, not a full-scale tree farm, but if we can get this to work, I think we can use the concept. We can use the concept quite effectively to make a tree farm in the future, but for now it's going to be a small scale project to sort of turbocharge that. Now I'm going to go to bed and we'll talk a little bit more about this once I wake up, if I can get to bed. Okay, so we're up and ready to go. As I was saying, so I looked at the items. I'm like, okay, what could I use to do this? I thought cobblestone, but it would take a really long time. Then I thought trees, because these have an EMC value of 32. So I thought about it for a bit, and the more I think about it, the more I like the idea of building like a mini tree farm system underneath. Why is there always a skeleton at the door? There was a skeleton at the door at the start of this video. Go away. And I think we're going to experiment with this idea of trying to work out how we're going to pump out some extra trees. Now over there I started, this is just side note, I started flattening that hill out. That's where I'm going to put the sorting room, I think. As you can see, the sorting gizmo is still on the floor there. But that's going to be another thing, another project for another time. And now, so what we're going to be experimenting with is some more redstone, red power logic. The first thing we're going to need is we're going to need some block breakers, which are made quite simply: piston, some cobblestone, iron pickaxe, redstone. Not too complex. So I'm going to make... Okay, I've got an iron pickaxe, but I can't actually use that because that's damaged. I wonder if I can learn that. Okay, and oh no, I wasn't meant to do that. Okay, I'm going to need some iron. Where's iron? I saw iron. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'll just take the whole stack. Going to grab some wood. Make some sticks. I probably have sticks somewhere in these chests, but you know what I'm like. I can never find what I need. That's why the sorting room, when we get it done, is going to be amazing. Oh, there was iron in here as well. And there's iron in there. Jeez. And there was wood in there. What do you know? So we're going to need a few pickaxes here, and this is where this little invention comes in handy. So we're going to make, I think we'll make 4 of these block breakers. Actually, let's make 5 to be on the safe side. Let's get a spare pickaxe just in case. And so now we need some cobblestone, which I have somewhere. Here we go. And redstone. I want to do some more mining because I need some redstone for this. So as we saw, nice and simple. Gonna put the pickaxes in there. Blocks down. Actually, no, that goes at the top. And a piston. Actually, I forgot to make some pistons. Of course I did. I had one piston ready to go, so I could make them on camera for you guys. Like that. Oh, how did I end up on minus 649? That seems like a bit of a glitch to me. Anyway, let's make some of these block breakers. I am out of cobble. Like that. Put that in. That's the awesome thing about the project. If you haven't noticed, it maintains the recipe, and if you watch down here, it takes the resources out from the sort of storage section of what I'm actually using. So we've got our block breakers now. Now we're going to make some red alloy wire, and again, that's quite straightforward. The only reason I'm showing all this stuff on camera is because it's quite straightforward. Normally I would make this stuff off camera, as you've seen in the past, because I'm retarded occasionally and it takes me a while to work out how to do some things. But this is relatively straightforward, so we're going to be just fiddling around with it on camera. I didn't know I just noticed I had more redstone there. Chuck this all in here. I think I need some spare redstone. I'm going to let that cook up. And while that cooks up, we're going to run out here. We're going to grab our redstone timer. And we're going to set up a little test area to experiment with these block breakers. So to do that, we're going to need to find our redstone powered tubes. Here we go, got some tubes left. Pneumatic tubes. And we are going to need some dirt, because dirt is amazing. I'm actually going to cook up a fair bit more of this red alloy wire because it comes really handy later on. Just chuck that in there. It's easy to get iron. So we're going to go down here and we're going to make a little test area, because apparently my front yard is my test area. Just here will do nicely, I think. So we want to be growing our trees, get all this crap out of the way, up to the sort of the basic small tree height, which is these trees, I believe. So to do that, we need, how many blocks is it? I've forgotten already. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 air blocks. Okay. So let's give ourselves a stack of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to put on the 7th block. And we just want to build a little platform here, so that we don't have trees going all over the place. Hopefully this works. Just make it one wider. Hopefully this goes according to plan. And we're gonna go grab, I believe I had a redstone clock timer. No, I didn't. Okay. So we're gonna have to whip one of those up. But I'm gonna grab these pneumatic tubes. I'll whip up a clock quickly off camera because that's a bit tedious to build. The redstone timer you saw me use last episode. And then we're gonna come back in. We're gonna do a bit of experimenting with these trees. Okay, we're back. So for those of you who have never seen the amazingness of these red alloy wires, here's just a quick demonstration of why they're awesome. Put some dirt down. Because you can do this. Just run it along any sort of surface you want. So that's what makes them so awesome. It gives you so much more flexibility than using regular redstone. I'm probably not going to use regular redstone unless I really have to. Like, I used it there because it was only like 5 pieces of redstone. But in most circumstances, it's a bit silly. And just to clarify, this is a timer, not a clock. I know I said clock, but I meant timer. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our dirt block. Oh, good thing I got to... Okay, maybe those skeletons weren't so bad. I did need some bone meal. And we're going to put this down just here. I believe that is underneath our little thingy. Let's put it here. And let's make a tree. Awesome, that's just what I wanted. Now, the idea is... Oh, it's a good thing I made 6 of these as well, because it turns out that's exactly what I need. We're going to chuck these block breakers down. The side with the piston looking strip, that's the side that will suck in. And then this side with the small holes, what will... what's the word I'm looking for? That will expel the item. If I can get these leaves out of my way. Now, the idea is not to be planting trees by myself. We'll go into that shortly. But the idea just now that I want to try get done is to see if I can get this part of the system working as it is. And there. Awesome. Now you're going to see why the red alloy wire is even more useful in just a moment. Because what I can do now is I can actually just run wire all the way down these, and it's going to power all of them as if there was, you know, a redstone torch or something powering them. So that makes it extremely useful. And now that I think about it, I didn't actually need to use a timer. I could have just used a... Actually, we're going to use the redstone torch just to start with for demonstration purposes. And now the other thing we can do is we can take these tubes, and if I can get up there, attach it down the back, stick them here, put down a chest. That, I'm pedantic, so it has to face that way. And if we do this, boom, sucked up that tree, every piece of wood that was in it, Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And into the chest it goes. 6 pieces of wood. Now, we should be able to... Hopefully we can grow a tree from this position. Yep, there we go. Grows another tree. Chuck down the... Hit the torch. And away we go. Now, one other thing I want to test out is... I want to demonstrate... So this is going to be by hand. But we'll be able to set up a little circuitry with timers and a clock to sort of automate this process and pump it along. But before we do that, I need to make sure I've got plenty of this stuff because I don't want to run out of bone meal in the middle of this demonstration. That should not really do nicely. Let's just chuck all this iron in here. There we go. That will last us for a while. And while we're at it, let's get some saplings. Give me saplings. Give me. What can I chuck in here? Let's chuck the wood in. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to run back over here. I need something that makes me run faster. Some sort of fly suit. Maybe I'll make a quantum suit. That's a bit more late game. Going to go back over to these trees, and here's the idea of how the concept will work. Now, there's a block in here. If I can remember what it's called. Actually, let me just quickly scroll through this. Where's all our red power blocks? Come on. Oh. Was that them? Yep, okay, now I believe it's the deployer. If we take a deployer, it can, when it receives a redstone pulse, it can emit something such as bone meal. So you can like apply it to the block in front of us. I believe that's what it does, but I may be wrong. Maybe it's a transposer. I'm pretty positive one of these things does indeed do what I just said I want it to do. Maybe it's one of these ones. This might actually be from a different mod. Anyway, let's just forget about it for now. We'll worry about that in the future. So the idea here is if we have this clock set up like so, to just go round and round and round. Let's set it to 1 second intervals, okay? So let's do 2 second intervals. Every 2 seconds, that's going to set a redstone pulse, and he's going to try suck down a tree. Of course, there's no tree to be sucked right now. Now, if I put that sapling there, it's going to do that. So let's just make it. Let's make it 4 seconds, just so I have time to grow a tree. Okay, we grew a tree. It gets sucked. Try grow another tree. Now, this is the problem I'm going to have. I think what I can do actually, is if I wait for 1 pulse, if you watch, it should clear up the area maybe, and we might be able to grow a tree. I might just have to keep spamming. Yep, got that just in time. The only way to get this is... Okay, so it looks like it will continue to work as long as I just keep spamming bone meal into it. So I'm going to have to sort of find a way to farm the bone meal. What the bone meal will do is... Let's just cheat this to daytime so I can finish this video. The idea here is... Tree gets placed by... Oh, I grew freaking grass everywhere now. God damn it. Bone meal gets placed by one of these blocks. I think it's the deployer. I don't really know. In fact, let's just test it out right now. Let's put a sapling in there. And let's connect it to this clock. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, yep. Deploy is what I want. Now let's see what happens if I put some bone meal in there. There we go, okay. So that's the example of what I was talking about. Let's delete this deployer because that was a cheaty deployer. So this is how the system will work, basically. I know I'm sort of explaining systems in all these videos, but, you know, big things come from small compact things or something like that. Deployer puts down sapling. Timer sets next deployer to put down spam bone meal until a tree grows. Then, tree grows, timer goes, sucks away tree, stores in chest, or takes it automatically and chucks it into there. Now obviously it's not going to be just as simple as that, like I will have to work out the timings and that. I think there's an update block detector, or I might have to build a bud switch to detect when the tree grows and so it starts spamming bone meal. But that's the sort of core concept. We'll of course explore this later in depth when we go to build this thing. And if we want to build a tree farm in the future, then we can pretty much use this exact same design, except make it on a much larger scale. Anyway, guys and girls, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed as always. Please give this video a like rating, subscribe if you want to see more, because it really helps me out. If you've made it to the end of the video, one thing you might want to check is YouTube is setting everyone's sub box to highlights instead of everything, so just check it's on everything, otherwise you may miss my videos. And as always, guys and girls, I think I already said that, didn't I? I'll see you next time, guys and girls. Later.